You are listening to the Sonic Coast, where Michigan music comes first. And boy, was I excited when I was asked to interview this young man. His name is Jason Singer. The band is Michigander. He is originally from Midland, and I believe he lives in, where are you now? You're in Nashville, correct?
I do live in Nashville now, yep.
All right. Well, listen, Jason, welcome to the Sonic Coast. We're so happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, let's talk first about what is going on with you and the band. So the band is Michigander. Why don't you tell me about all the guys and the individuals in your band?
Yeah, so everybody that plays with me is from Michigan too. Connor and Aaron are actually originally from Midland too. Connor plays bass, Aaron plays drums, and then Jake, who plays guitar, he's from the Metro Detroit area.
And you are right now, you're currently on the road. I know you're on the East Coast, but you're going to be swinging back through Detroit. You'll be in Detroit on the 3rd, right, at the Fillmore?
Correct, yeah.
And you're on the road with Andrew McMahon. Is that the tour you'll be with?
Yeah, we're opening for Andrew, going coast to coast. It's been a real fun time.
How did you connect with Andrew? I'm very curious.
We wrote a song together, and we have the same manager. That's kind of the less cool story. But, yeah, we have the same manager. We worked on a tune together that is not released. Yeah, we became buddies, and now we're out on the road becoming even better buddies.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just actually put his memoir in my cart at Amazon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
yeah, I've been listening to it, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it's really, really quite a good book. So I'm looking forward to reading his journey, too. Let's talk about your musical influences.
Yeah. I grew up listening to whatever I could get at my local library. It's kind of the story, whatever was on like the end caps of on CDs. So I'd rent the CDs, and then I would honestly just burn those to my computer and listen to them a lot. Yeah. It's kind of how you did it that's kind of how you did it back in the day, I guess, before Spotify was a thing.
Exactly. Yeah, but what bands? Like what? I know what I...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what I hear from you, but I would like to hear what it is that you drew from.
I think so. The ones that always stood out to me were there was some White Stripes albums. There was Plans by Def Cab, Rush of Blood to the Head by Coldplay. What's the Story? Morning Glory by Oasis. All those are the ones that kind of come to mind right now.
Yeah, Oasis is one of the bands I had in mind. It reminds me a little bit, your style and just what you're doing right now is kind of like 80s heyday of the great alternative that came out of that decade.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Well, why EPs versus full length?
I think, there's two reasons why. It's that's just kind of how my record deal was structured. So probably not a very glamorous answer, but also because I don't know if I was ever ready to make a full-length album, and it's just been making EPs. So now it is just kind of the way I've done it, which is cool, you know? I feel like I'm glad, and now I'm working on a full-length album, and that's kind of the move.
Well, you probably have to really be bonded with every single song that you're putting on there. So EPs almost gives you a better chance because there's less songs to kind of, to really put out things that you're super proud of.
Totally.
Well, I would love to play one of your songs, and then when we come back, I want to talk about a couple things that occurred with you and that weren't always very positive, but you really turned a corner with these events. So,
sounds great.
Yeah, so let's play Super Glue, and this is from the EP, It Will Never Be the Same. You're listening to the Sonic Coast, where Michigan music comes first. All right, we're back. I'm with Jason Singer from Michigander. They're actually going to be, he's going to be playing in Detroit, his whole band on December 3rd at the Fillmore, along with Andrew McMahon, and tickets are available for that show. Jason, tell me about what the heck happened to you. You were actually in Los Angeles. Weren't you doing a video shoot for a song when something happened to you? Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, I flew out to California to shoot a music video for a song called Super Glue. That song. And I was out in the mountains and I slipped on some brush and fell and broke my leg,
Oh, jeez.
which that is the story. And it kind of set everything back and had to cancel everything. And yeah, it was pretty defeating. But it felt like it kind of added to, I don't know, like to my story in a lot of ways. I think a lot of people maybe heard about the broken leg before they heard about the music, hearing about some musician who, like, like an underdog kind of situation. I kind of feel like what I'm doing is kind of always a little bit underdoggy in a way. Because I don't think what I'm like making is necessarily like very like unique, and I don't know. I don't want to sell myself short, but I also don't want to like oversell myself ever. And so that is kind of the way. That's just kind of the way that I have like I've kind of just dealt with things, and but yeah, that all this it sucked quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And did you find some good support? Like, how do you get through something like that? Because not only through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just so many people and so many friends definitely uh, helped out and gave their moral and actual presence and support to helping me get through it.
And then, like 3 weeks later, you had a terrible thing, an accident that your wife had.
Yeah, so that was like back to back, which is pretty horrible. Pretty horrible way to end the year.
Yeah.
And it was tough. But, like in hindsight, we're very fortunate to be here and be doing what we're doing and being alive. And it kind of gives you a little bit of a new perspective on things. And, yeah.
No kidding. Do you pull from that as far as your, writing and everything?
Not as much as you would think, and not as much as I would think. Yeah. Maybe I should have more. Maybe a little bit, but not a ton.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had the support. What did you do? You just kind of had to plow forward, correct?
Yeah, I kind of just like accepted the position I was in and just had to like sit there. It's kind of hard to accept things like that for myself. I always want to try to figure out a way to like not make bad things happen. I think a lot of people are like that, but I just had to, be at peace with things and realize that's how it's going to be, and take it inch by inch, day by day, and hour by hour, and that's kind of the way we got through it.
So, what about when COVID was happening? You were doing a lot of writing, it sounds like, because out of that came the EP, Everything Will Be Okay, eventually.
Yeah, so like that whole, the pandemic, everybody kind of was forced to slow down.
Sure.
In a similar way with me breaking my leg and everything, that was like, it kind of had similar feelings, but this time instead of the whole world being in on it, it was just kind of me, which made it tougher,
And you felt good about the music that came out of that? Because I loved it. Yeah,
I think so. I was really trying to be conscious of not writing things that wouldn't age well. I was thinking about this day. There's so many songs that people wrote about the pandemic, and maybe they're a little corny and cheesy looking back now. So I was trying to not do that. It was very hard, admittedly, but looking back at the tunes, I think they're aging just fine.
Oh, yeah, I love this song. We're going to play Better from the EP, Everything Will Be Okay Eventually. And I will be back with Jason Singer from Michigander right after we play this song on the Sonic Coast, where Michigan music comes first. I'm back. Here's Jason Singer with me from Michigander. Jason, what do you love about, or do you love being on the road? Like, what is your favorite part about playing music?
I think playing the shows is the best part of the whole thing, because you get to stand in front of a bunch of people that think you're cool for about 30 minutes. And that's the only time that happens in my life. So that's a good feeling. But no, I love playing gigs and playing with my buddies, and I think it's just very fun. We're like today, we're just having an off day. We're gonna sit in an Airbnb and relax, and
good.
different part of the country. It's nice, you know.
Are you always on the road? It seems like you guys, didn't you get back from a European tour not too long ago?
Yeah, so this year especially, we've been on the road a lot. Next year will be a little different and a little more chill. But yeah, this year was a long year. Like, I think we did 100 and some odd shows.
Wow.
150 days gone or something.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit. But yeah, next year it'll be a little different.
What do you and the band listen to when you're in the van and you're cruising from gig to gig?
That's a great question, and I'm happy to answer that with, we have a very strict headphone-only policy. So the only time we listen to something collectively is if we think it's like a goofy song or something. Right. And then we'll throw that on. But otherwise, we only listen to what's on our headphones.
Okay, so
which is pretty nice.
That is nice. What's on Jason Singer's headphones? I need to know.
What's on my headphones today? Let me look here on my phone. I've been listening to just a lot of podcasts. I mean, I listen to like all the boring ones, all the daily news podcasts. And then for music, I've been listening to Olivia Dean.
Okay.
And the 1975 a little bit.
Okay.
And the new Bombay Bicycle album.
Okay.
Bombay Bicycle Club album. Yeah.
Okay, good. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. Always good to hear what rock stars are listening to. Well, that's great. Yeah. Well, the show in Detroit, you looking forward to coming back through your state of Michigan?
Yeah, I'm very excited. It'll be a good time. We got to play there a couple years ago. It was a pretty special time, and we're going to do it again.
Good.
Which I'm really excited for.
Good. Coming up on the 3rd at the Fillmore with Andrew
quick.
Yeah, Andrew McMahon also will be there, so that should be a great show. What about Nashville? Just let's touch on that, because you're from Michigan, but you did the pivot like many, many Michigan artists end up doing.
Yeah. I really enjoy it. You know, it's I lived in Michigan my whole life for 30 years, and kind of, you know, like became the person I am because of the environment I was in. And now it's just cool to live somewhere where like almost everybody I know in my circles is doing music and working on tunes, and it's very inspiring to be around.
That's great. Well, one last thing I want to ask you, Jason, is what do you say to the fans of Michigander?
What do I say? Thanks for listening.
There you have it. Jason Singer from Michigander on the Sonic Coast. Jason, thank you very much for taking the time. I know you're busy and it's your day off, and probably the last thing you felt like doing was an interview.
Thanks for caring. Thanks for listening.
No, we definitely care a lot, and we love your music, so we'll continue to focus and play as much Michigander music as possible. So we really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.